Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all brothers and sisters. Good morning to Mrs. Theman. Good morning to Mrs. Yoshiko-san. Good morning, everyone. So let's get started with our morning prayer vigil, Cheon prayer vigil. So we'll start with greeting our Heavenly Parent and our true parents. 천지인 참부모님께 경배. 바로. Now I'd like to recite number 3 of the family pledge. 가정맨세 상 천일국 주인 우리 가정 잠사랑 준신하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 완족근을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. And number 3. Second. All right. Our family, the owner of Chanalguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. So for today's opening prayer, can I ask Mr. Nitro if you can have our opening prayer? If you could please unmute.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Parent, true Father, true Mother, good morning today. Gather here once again to welcome you to this day and to this commemoration of our true Father's Sungwa anniversary. I just attended Ansu this morning together with brothers and sisters in Korea. Thank you so much for this opportunity, for this technology. You could be able to provide us, you could be able to be together. And please be with us, with our brothers and sisters. As many brothers and sisters are passing away, please guide them and bless their families, their loved ones. And to those we are still here, we pray that we can really find our own path to be able to really serve you more in our day-to-day lives. Thank you so much once again. I open and report this to you in my name, Nathaniel's blessed central family. Aju.
Thank you, Mr. Nitro. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but honestly, I feel tired. We're in the Poconos right now as Carp, New Jersey, and I stayed up much later than I should have because it's the final day of our retreat. But let's wake ourselves up with some stretching. And so, first of all, bring your hands out and gather your energy. Let's reach up to the sky. And don't forget to breathe. And then all the way down to the ground. And then to the right side. Stretch your sides. And then switch to the other side. Whoosh. And then put your hands on your lower back. And then stretch, lean backwards. Okay. And then let's take our right hand and then bring it across our bodies. You can also turn your body and stretch your side as well. But you get that extra stretch in. Then let's go to the other side. Okay. And then let's see. Let's do some rotations. Okay, so you can stretch your back, or yeah, actually, yeah. Just be careful not to push too hard, but stretch your back. Fist to the right, to the left. And then back to the middle, and let's do some rotating our head. So first, counterclockwise, or whatever clockwise you want to go. And then switch directions, nice, slow, and gentle. The necks are very sensitive. Okay. And then now take a little bit of time to stretch whatever you feel like you need to stretch. I'm going to be stretching my legs. Tired. But whatever you gotta do. Okay, and then let's finish off with our wrist rolls. Okay, so let's get rolling. So again, once again, for those of you joining us, good morning. And so we're going to be going into our breakouts now to share our gratitude points. Gratitude is really one of Mother's main themes, trying to be more grateful each day. So let's share with each other what our gratitude point for the day is. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Sorry, Dr. Ward, you got cut off in the middle there, but I hope everyone had enough time to share in their breakouts. So, yeah, first to share with everyone, I'd like to invite up Mr. Bodoin, or Uncle Mark. Can you please unmute.
It says I'm okay. Yeah, as soon as I knew that, as soon as I saw myself in the room with Shogo, I knew that I was going to be asked. Anyway, yeah, my comment this morning related to those who are leading the the testimony of after having read the 3 paragraphs every day. The 3 paragraphs, I remember how difficult it was for me to get much out of 3 paragraphs, but it means you have to really focus. It means you have to really deeply concentrate on what is being said and the in between the lines meaning of what is being said. So the fact that there are those who are fleshing out that meaning and putting in their own interpretation or their own understanding of what True Mother is saying within those 3 paragraphs. Dr. Ward and before her Barbara Robertson and all those who came before, I really find their insights to be very refreshing, very deep, and something that most of the time I hadn't thought of or hadn't understood about the background of these things. So that was my gratitude for this morning. So I'm so grateful for hearing Dr. Ward yesterday. And anyway, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Bodon. Asami, you're more than welcome to share your hike experience in the chat too. I'm sure Mrs. David's curious. So, but yeah, I'd also like to invite up Dr. Ward, if you wanted to finish what you were sharing earlier, but yeah, your gratitude for the day as well.
Yeah, I was sharing with Shogo and Mark that first of all, I'm very grateful because yesterday I was able to record 5 lectures for my course this term, and so I was able to put 5 lectures in the can, so to speak, and very grateful for that because it kind of frees me up to do some other things that I need to do. So I appreciate that. Secondly, I shared a little bit. We're commemorating True Father's Seonghwa at this time, and I shared a little bit about an experience that I had with Alexander Haig. I think you all know Alexander Haig. He was actually honored by True Father back in November 2010. No, I'm sorry, March of 2010. With this the Seonghwa ceremony that took place at the United Nations. Alexander Haig had served as the Secretary of State under Ronald Reagan. He also served as the Supreme Commander of the NATO forces. And he was also actually involved in the liberation of True Father from Hungnam prison. He was part of the group that came in at that time. So this was the first time that General Haig had spoken at any of our events, and I was asked to go out to the airport in Korea to meet him, and to travel with him. So I was, what can I possibly say to him? I had no idea what I could say to General Haig. So we got into the car, and within 3 minutes, just a very short period of time, it was him who first of all spoke, and he said, "I'm so grateful to Reverend Moon." And I was, wow, like this thing. And he said, "I'm so grateful to Reverend Moon because he's the one person that stood up and defended the United States Constitution during the days of Watergate." He said, "At that time, I was the chief of staff of President Nixon, and I can never forget that there was no one else who understood how important it was that somehow we defend the office of the President of the United States." And he said, "I will be forever grateful to him for what he attempted to do at that time for the United States. So anyway, that's my appreciation this morning, and for so many things that Father did for this country. And it's wonderful to find people that actually are able to appreciate and understand those things. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for even you're gonna be sharing later today too, but like so many tidbits, and yeah, you've had so many experiences. So thank you for sharing those with us. And so, yeah, so now we'll go into our Mother of Peace reading. And so, yeah, again, for today, as you're reading, we'll be listening to Dr. Ward's reflection, but also, yeah, finding one key phrase or one key word that you want to keep with you throughout the day. So, without much further ado, Dr. Ward.
Thank you again, Shogo. Okay, so we will continue with our reading from Mother of Peace. And today's reading begins with 33 generations after Hanlan, I was born of his lineage. The numbers 3 and 33 are significant. Jesus asked 3 disciples to pray with him in Gethsemane. He prophesied that Peter would betray him 3 times before the cock crowed. Rejected of men, Jesus was crucified at the age of 33, yet he promised to return. He was one of the 3 who were crucified on that day, to one of whom he said, "Today you will be with me in paradise." On the 3rd day, Jesus rose from the grave. The number 3 signifies heaven, earth, and humankind. It signifies the perfect fulfillment of both heavenly law and natural law. The Korean people were descended from the Dongyi race, a wise people who studied the stars and were able to ascertain heavenly fortune. Koreans developed a prosperous agriculture-based culture, worshiped God, and loved peace from the time before Christ. The Dongyi people established kingdoms based on the name Han. Some people, including my husband, cite records that show that the Han people predate the Gojo-Sun era, which is considered to be the first Korean kingdom. Korea's founding legend, called the Dangun legend, says we were chosen as the descendants of heaven according to the deep will of God. Our people are also called the Bei Dao race. The Chinese characters for Bei and Dao signify brightness and brilliance. That attribution recognizes our reverence for God and love of peace and serenity. To this day, Korea is known as the land of the morning calm. Aju. So from this morning's reading, what I had to reflect upon first and foremost was mother's lineage. I mean, this is not just what we read today, but what we've been reading over the past few days. It over and over again emphasizes even Cheongju meaning a pure village, and Cheongjong, a pure spring, and talking about this incredible sacrifice of this Korean patriot Hanlan, who basically, it says that he fed 100,000 soldiers in this battle against Hubekje. 100,000 soldiers. I mean, isn't that enough? And in his case, it wasn't enough, because he didn't just feed the 100,000 soldiers, but then he himself went to the battlefield in order to fight. And he became recognized as a great Korean patriot. And, you know, Mother often, she talks about the relationship between Joshua and Caleb, and says that she loves Caleb because Joshua was in the forefront, but somehow Caleb was willing to step back in order to support Joshua, so that somehow the province, the Mosaic province, could be able to go forward successfully. So this Hanlan, he sacrificed everything, and he willingly put his life on the battlefield in order to somehow allow that somehow the Korean civilization could go forward in accord with the providential will. So what an amazing figure. And it's been said, why does God love patriots so much? What's the reason for God's great love for patriots? We see, the whole true mother's story, the story of her grandmother, the story of her mother, the story of Hanlan. It's all about patriots. And what we understand is the reason that God loves patriots so much is because God never had a country. He never had a country. And therefore, when he sees this kind of spirit, it gives him the hope and vision of where things have to go. And it also helps to punctuate for all of us what True Mother's mission and responsibility is at this time. I also was very moved in this passage today when Mother shares about Jesus, because she shares really, it's amazing, Mother was from a Christian heritage. She was born into a Christian heritage. And the things that she shares about Jesus today are the most crucial and painful things that happened in Jesus' life. How terribly desperate Jesus was. We hear that he prayed with sweating blood in the Garden of Eden because somehow he didn't want to abandon his mission. And he knew that no matter how hard he prayed, he needed the disciples to likewise be there and to pray with him. And when they came back, that was lost. And then even Peter, finally his closest disciple, we see that 3 times he also abandons Jesus. And then everything is lost. And Jesus goes through this painful course and is led to Golgotha. And he's on the cross with these 2 criminals. And in the eyes of the people, he's just another criminal. But one thief at the last minute believes in Jesus and is able to somehow, through Jesus, be resurrected. And somehow Jesus begins his vindication from that step. But I was just so moved when I read this to think that embedded in Mother's heart so profoundly is Jesus' heart, Jesus' Han, and her desire to vindicate Jesus, her desire to vindicate true parents, her desire to build the nation that God never had. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for really amazing insight. Actually, I've never one even noticed that God really loves patriots, but there's that longing heart that God has for his nation. So I really, thank you, Dr. Ward. And so, I'm sure everyone else has some kind of reflection or insight to share, so we can all learn from each other. And so we'll be going into breakouts. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, yeah, I wish we had the time to share our reflections after reading as usual. But again, this week we're going to be focusing on these really amazing testimonies that are coming out of the Chonshin ones. And so, again, yeah, Reverend Dunkley sharing Mother's closest heart with us. And we're going to be having our own Chonshin workshop here in Subregion 1. And so, yeah, as Koji said, please feel free to share your reflections in the chat. But yeah, I'd like to invite up the youth ministry head, the youth pastor of the Clifton Family Church, so Asami Mariyama, to share your Chanshinwan testimony, the rebirth workshop.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, this is a really cool setup. I enjoy this a lot. So yeah, I went to the rebirth workshop just this past weekend in Vegas with all the other youth pastors of America, which is really nice. But it was definitely the experience was like, yeah, it's always good to be in a workshop, like waking up at 6 a.m. like here, praying every day. Yeah, it definitely like shakes up like, my spirit, but also everyone's spirit too. But yeah, my overall experience was it was very eye-opening and kind of reminded me again like to reevaluate myself. So yeah, a lot of the workshop was like, receiving content and then going to the Chonshin one every time to pray and to really like digest this new content. And I think overall through the workshop, I didn't I came to really understand where my relationship with True Mother was. I thought I knew who she was. I read the book. I see pictures of her, bow to her. Oh, it makes me sound really bad, but I just didn't know the depth of the difficulties and the setbacks that True Mother had to go through in order to make any sort of progress in Providence. And I kind of understood through reading her memoir and just seeing those clips and chosen of like a glimpse of like her life or her childhood when she was coming to like from North Korea to South Korea. But yeah, again, never fully understanding. And I only understood things like what she had to experience as like True Father's wife, but never really understanding what she had to go through as the only begotten daughter, which is a position and responsibility that holds so much and so much more than I can fully know. So yeah, it was a very like, yeah, I guess like a rebirth experience, like knowing, like realizing something that I didn't really understand. And the something that helped me really break through in like my concepts of like True Mother, of or really connecting to like her heart was actually going back to my own relationship with my mother. And I remember in the Chunshim one, just praying, trying to understand what True Mother is feeling, what she's like going through, and just felt strongly like God telling me like go back home and work on your relationship with your own mom, and like the tears just start falling because I was just making the connection that like yeah like the best way to learn is from my own mom too, who's been working so hard at home, silently supporting my family without like her husband visibly being here. So yeah, I was definitely reminded the value of like understanding more of True Mother's heart, and especially God's heart through this like experience of like realizing that like I don't know who True Mother is, and I don't know fully the heart of God and where Providence is going. That helped me realize that I really need to reevaluate myself of like who I am and what am I doing as like a blessed child. So yeah, big highlight seeing like it was like seeing that other second gen leaders around me like praying in the Chonshin one, like praying about the same thing about as me, like trying to understand who True Mother is and what can they do to support her and to lead the province through youth ministry in America. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to like take back that spirit back at home. But I definitely need to hear the concert one more time. So I'm going to the workshop next week. I'll see you guys there. But yeah, that's my reflection. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Asami. Yeah, so again, as Asami said, there's going to be a Chunshim One Rebirth workshop in Clifton next week. And so, yeah, please, yeah, if you're attending, please prepare your hearts. And if you're not, then please wait longingly for another opportunity for you to be able to attend. Because it really, yeah, as Asami sharing and all these testimonies sharing, really powerful experience. And so, yeah, and other announcements. So please, again, don't forget to invite someone new to the Zoom call. And so, yeah, if you felt really blessed or impacted by the sharings about Mother's memoir really coming together with True Parents' words, then please, yeah, invite someone, send the link. It's a simple thing they can join. And then also, if you miss a day, any live recordings are available on the New Jersey Family Church's YouTube account, the Godable Readings at godable.org. And finally, if you feel so inspired, the donation link will be sent in the chat. So, yeah, without much further ado, I'd like to invite up Pastor Tsushi Takino for the Chunshim One prayer.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Tomorrow we will celebrate 11th anniversary of the True Father's Holy Ascension at New Clifton Family Church. And we are expecting 400 people coming to our church. And that's why I just want to show you this is the Clifton Church, and parking space always problem, but we have huge parking lot here, the 1 block far. So if you have a difficult to parking near the church, this is a space you can park. Also, Chonshimon Reverse workshop. At that time, we are expecting more than 300 people coming. So this is a place you can park, and the one block you can just walk. Okay, and yeah. So tomorrow we really want to appreciate True Father, and we want to think about how True Father touching my life, what impact to my life, and if True Father here today, what I want to say to True Father. So one of the great True Father's accomplishment, of course, bless families and bless children, but also break down the barrier, any barrier, language barrier, culture background, culture barrier, religious barrier, political barrier. So we are one family under God. That's why after finish the ceremony, we like to have a ethnic world culture, mini world culture festival until 1:30 p.m. So everyone, please bring your culture food, and let's share our family culture food to our families together. Yeah. Okay. So today from Chonshimon Prayer Room, I like to invite Mrs. Gerarda Shiroshita.
Let us all pray. Good morning, our dear beloved Heavenly Parent, and our most precious beloved true parents of heaven and earth and who we find. We want to offer our humble heart of gratitude this day. Gloria, they are celebrating with our two mother, our two fathers, Songwa celebration. Heavenly Parent, we're so grateful to our true Father for all his sacrifice for your will and your desire and for the sake of all humankind. Heavenly Parent, we are so sorry. Heavenly Parent, that when our true Father was still alive, so many people still don't know our true parents. And they passed away and came to the spirit world without knowing our true Father, Heavenly Parent. We are so sorry, Heavenly Parent, that for our shortcomings and our limitations and our failures to testify about our true parents, Heavenly Parent. And I pray, Heavenly Parent, that as our two mothers still alive on the earth, I pray, Heavenly Parent, to fulfill our responsibility to testify about them, Heavenly Parent. As our true parents are the living divine principle on earth, Heavenly Parent, and in heaven, we have to be also the living divine principle, Heavenly Parent, in our lives, Heavenly Parent. And we are so grateful, Heavenly Parent, for all the people who came before us, Heavenly Parent, who sacrificed their life, Heavenly Parent, for the sake of the country, Heavenly Parent, and for the sake of others, Heavenly Parent, who sacrificed their lives, Heavenly Parent. And we inherited, Heavenly Parent, all their sacrifice and foundation, Heavenly Parent. And I really want to pray, Heavenly Parent, for the unification of North and South Korea. Heavenly Parent, to establish the fatherland that you have been longing for throughout history, Heavenly Parent. How desperate you need a nation, Heavenly Parent. And that our true mother is working so hard, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, we really want to put it to our true mother's heart what our parents are doing as their children, Heavenly Parent. We want to know what our parents are doing, what they are going through, what they feel every day, Heavenly Parent. As our true parents love us so much as their children. And I pray that we will do the same to our parents, to unite with them and understand their heart, Heavenly Parent, and what we have to do in our daily lives, Heavenly Parent. What is our purpose, Heavenly Parent? How can we help our parents, Heavenly Parent? Heavenly Parent, I pray, Heavenly Parent, for peace in this world, and in order to bring peace, peace should start within ourselves as an individuals, Heavenly Parent, and in our families, through the societies, the nation, and the world, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, no matter what we do, Heavenly Parent, we want to reach out to the people as our brothers and sisters who are lost. Heavenly Parent, those who don't have any hope, that we can give them hope, Heavenly Parent, and give them a new life, Heavenly Parent, through the witnessing, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, Thank you so much, Heavenly Parent, for this day, and please bless all our brothers and sisters throughout the whole world and all humankind, Heavenly Parent, who are in such a difficult and suffering situation, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, I pray, Heavenly Parent, to become responsible, Heavenly Parent, that we are no longer a child, Heavenly Parent, but as an adult, Heavenly Parent, who can take responsibility, Heavenly Parent, with a grateful heart. And there's nothing to be complained about in our lives every day, Heavenly Parent, but always we should be grateful, Heavenly Parent, because those people in this world, so many people are suffering, Heavenly Parent, and we are putting ourselves in their shoes, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, thank you so much, and we humbly offer this prayer with our brothers and sisters in the name of the UK and for all the Rosita Blessing of family.
Amen. Thank you, Mrs. Geralda. So, brothers and sisters, please unmute and we'll go into our Cheon Shim resonance prayer.
Precious Heavenly Parent, this morning.
Thank you so much for
Offer our gratitude to you. We are celebrating our two brothers.
this meeting
Brothers who are
Be able to really have
so that we can
praise our true
hearts to
Father,
really receive from
really
us,
for our culture of gratitude.
We're sure that we even have this social one here.
Love and truth.
We can have
Holy Parent, we just really
worship, a place to
join with our mother,
Hallelujah.
with the whole family, parent. We could just
There's so much that we don't understand, so
as if
much
it
that I
takes
don't
forever,
understand, so
but
much that I can be
having
doing
just
to really carry out
that to you in a way that it's difficult to even for your eyes to even know how.
it requires
The other side of the world, the other.
so much goodness,
Oh,
spirit,
Thank
to others. It requires so much sensitivity and awareness of all the problems that's working right now, and we're just so grateful for efforts
each
that
step of the
gave us this heart,
not
and
being
now we have
not being
Right, that we can
heard,
be able to
not being
understanding
understood, and
our
just make that
our hope.
they are so
Support them to help
are with you.
allow them to
wasn't
be
because and alone and that you
I
were
don't understand.
through us
Knowing
as
that
a
it's
everyone.
sorry that you left
over and over and over again.
sorry that we didn't stand up immediately and back with one another. Doubted
Feel
it.
that feel more
And not being able to find
we are
out
quite a lot of nations that can
Ability.
reunite.
her life. Our traumatic situation, everything to change.
You will bring their soul and also
You
for
will
witness.
never apologize.
He's the only begotten.
Together with our true mother, really being an individual, we begot her.
Identity and
In life, through your daughter.
Heavenly Father, we ask that you would really
We all welcome her. Understood.
rule there, Heavenly Father.
Alone we live, be loved. That we have
And we're
others
going out on a limb, Heavenly Father.
to people
Way to witness Heavenly Christ. In the paradigm.
In the most clear and free.
Heavenly Christ, we have an understanding.
Right.
There's a hurting.
Right. You both next generation.
Based on mother's words now.
Each one.
Stop.
Ready to receive mother's words yet. Based on father's Heavenly Christ.
This love.
We'll get
This is our gift to generation.
really
Second generation. See the John the Baptist. Achoo. 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 Alrighty, so that concludes our Chonshinwon morning prayer vigil. So everyone, I hope we can really stand as the patriots that God's longing for, that we can be able to go out today and conquer today. So thank you, everyone. God bless, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good day, everyone.
Reading.
Wonderful day. God bless you.
Bye. Have a great morning.
Good day, everyone.
Dr. Ward.
My body.
Gracias, Dr. Ward.
Good morning.
Beautiful
day. Beautiful day.
Good to see you, man.
Hannah Redford.
Let's go.
Same time,
We love you.
About them good now, Magwa.
okay.
Good morning.
We hope to see you
Johnny,
soon.
Bismarck.
Good morning to the Baldwins. Good morning. Oh, Mr. Bampo. Reverend Bampo.
Morning.
Reverend Bampo.
That's not our mom. Bismarck.
Okay. Have a great day, everyone. Get your last goodbye.
Hey, Birdman of Channel Cook.
Hey, God bless everyone. Have a good day.
Bye to the highest heights.